Well, Happy New Year, guys. Welcome to Tarot to a T. Oh, we got card flipping out. I haven't even called it yet. I'm not going to take those. Today we're going to do a January 2023 reading for the sign of Cancer. And if this is the first time to my channel, welcome. Glad to see you here. And if you are coming back, welcome back. Really glad to see you here. Okay. Open inquiry. What message does Cancer need to hear at the beginning of this hopefully wonderful, glorious year for everybody, but especially Cancer? I think there's something going on because it just wanted to start jumping before I could finish speaking. Message for Cancer, okay. Message for Cancer, cards of advice. To go with this message for Cancer. Cards of advice. Oh, we're a little too close there. Just need a little bit more room. Okay. Easy peasy. Let's jump right into it, shall we? 9 of clubs. Might have had something here that wrapped up for you. That you're feeling particularly proud about. I mean, it's a sense of achievement and being content and satisfied with an outcome with this 9 of clubs. Again, it's some kind of completion, so we could be talking about anything. Let's keep going. 6 of hearts. You might have wrapped up a relationship with that 9 of clubs, and you were pleased with the outcome, let's just say, however it went down. Because the 6 of hearts talks about you being open, literally open, like emotionally, you are free and clear to pursue other relationships, and those options and opportunities coming your way with that 6 of hearts. So just kind of in a nutshell, that means you're not dragging anything around, like, resentful energy, bitterness, anger. You might have left that all behind, but we will keep going and see how the cards reveal themselves. Well, you are a little distrustful. Yeah, okay. This could, before I say anything else, this could be a younger air sign. A Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. But I generally get the sense with the Jack of Spades, because if it is an earth sign, a younger earth sign, they're not very mature. Like on the outside, they present themselves really well, right? But they have ulterior motives. They're like hiding something, and you may or may not know it. But when this is not a person around you like that, it's you that's kind of in this energy, right? You I don't want to say paranoid, but you're not trusting in general, or of something in particular. Let's keep going. This came out as a double. Whoa! Look at that. We have the Ace of Spades, which is the Tower card in traditional tarot, and we have the 4 of Hearts. 4 of Hearts is very positive, actually. It tells me you're feeling very connected and supported in your home life, in whatever form that is. Actually, in general, that's what the card represents, but because it came out with the Tower card, the Ace of Spades, I think you're rebuilding something in that area. Because this is a dualistic interpretation we have to attach to this, right? It's not just one card or the other card. The support and connection that you had, I think you're in the process of rebuilding it. Something came to a crashing halt, came crashing down with that tower, right? That's always the image that I see of the tower, like falling, and there's rocks and there's debris everywhere. But the positive side of that is they always say you're rebuilding on a solid foundation. So it's just basically a major new start in some area. Again, could be around your home life in some sense. Could be a relationship that didn't make it, very, very much so. Ten of Diamonds. Well, that's interesting. That's kind of a new course here. Changing subject matter. This is more about prosperity and success in some area. It's also about wrapping up a major chapter in your life. It's kind of like you had a goal for yourself. You set a goal, let's say to make this amount of money or to achieve this kind of success. Maybe there was a time period involved, maybe not. It was just kind of an open-ended thing, but nonetheless, you've reached that with this card. It's about realizing some kind of tangible milestone. And yes, it could involve wealth. And I just dropped the card. So, hold up. Oh, crap. Sorry about that. I am still here. But this is the card I'm sure that we're supposed to talk about. Otherwise, it wouldn't have came crashing down. There you go. The Eight of Spades, Cancer. You might have just wrapped up a cycle where you were working really, really hard on something, especially in the work or career arena. That's the Eight of Spades. It actually talks about overwork. It could have been voluntary, or it could have been inflicted on you by your employer. You know, being asked to go the extra mile, put in extra hours, working a lot harder probably than you should or should have, because it caused significant stress, physical or mental or emotional, or all of the above. What this card really screams is you need to take a break. You need to find a way to relax, to relieve the stress somehow. And like I said, on the heels of that Ten of Diamonds, I would guess pretty much that wraps it up. Like, this success and prosperity came because you were putting this really double down effort into some kind of work. What else? Okay, these cards are just flipping around. I just don't want them to fall on the floor again, because it's not very fun to have to go down there. The Jack of Hearts. You could be dealing with a younger water sign, or this could be you, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. I tend to think this is you. The Jack of Hearts is generally somebody who does have their heart open, and so they're vulnerable in some way. You know what I'm getting? It's that you got, because this is your nature, Cancer, I think you got taken advantage of in the work situation. Yes, you prospered and you found yourself very successful in some way. You were able to meet some major goals, but I think this is you being open basically to what you're told or asked to do. And there's no pushback. There's no, complaining. There's no saying, yeah, well, this week I can't work more than 40 hours because I have this family that I'd rather spend time with. It's like you are at someone's beck and call. What else can you tell me here about Cancer situation? Eight of Clubs. You might be making a decision here. Actually, I just kind of got a picture here. Very interesting. Okay, so I do think you were being overworked in your work situation. However, you have experienced tremendous success from that. But it's because of your nature, again, of being this open water sign, which you are, Cancer. You don't complain too much. You don't make demands on your employer, especially, but probably on most people. The decision that you have to make with this Eight of Clubs is, do you continue down this road? Because the Eight of Spades says you need to take a break, and I think you're feeling that. I think you would concur at this point. And with this is about your family life suffering as a result of you being gone and not being there for your family. You're in the process of rebuilding that with this Ace of Spades. But Nonetheless, the overwork has brought you great success, but you've reached a level of satisfaction, because this is the card we started off with. An achievement that perhaps you never thought you could achieve. There's like it's like a goal, a milestone that you have been able to achieve, and you have a lot of, I won't say pride in that, but a lot of contentment. You're like, despite the impact on people around you, your family, your spouse, whoever it is, maybe kids even, this was very important for you to be successful. I think that's the bottom line that I'm getting out of this. But you definitely need to take some stress off of yourself, and this decision right here, this is the crossroads decision, is you in this state of, okay, what do I do then so that everybody wins, especially so that you can rebuild your support and give them what they need, as they give you what you need, because that's how support systems work, right? It can never be just one-sided. You can't just be the one taking and expecting people to be there for you, and you never, reciprocate. No matter the nature of the relationship, I think it always exists there in some form. The Eight of Clubs also talks about being stuck on an outcome or an idea, so you may be a little resistant to the idea of letting go of this career. I mean, I think this career has really, I think it's blossomed for you in many ways, but you've paid the price. You've paid the price, Cancer. I think you're recognizing that. The Two of Diamonds, Nine of Spades. Yeah, so the Two of Diamonds is about, it talks about a very prosperous relationship. And when I say a relationship, like a partnership, probably a spouse, that kind of thing. And the finances being very, very, very satisfactory, and really a lot of abundance. So financially, the relationship is doing incredibly well. Yeah, if you've been working your butt off basically and ignoring family needs otherwise, yeah, financially it's looking okay. Of course it would, because you've been putting in all these hours, right? The Nine of Spades with that, though, is about loss and disappointment. It's like, on the one hand, you have set yourself up and your family financially very well, but you've lost something on the other. Like again, I think this is all about sacrifice, where you've paid the price. And this is about important relationships. I think it's changed things. It's changed things in your relationship at home, that, yeah, you're in the process of rebuilding. Of course you have a tower. I think something gave. I think something came crashing down. Whether it was in the form of an argument or just somebody saying, hey, if you don't change this lifestyle that you have, we're breaking up, or they're leaving, It could be along the lines of that. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting out of this Nine of Spades, Two of Diamonds. Even though everybody's set financially, yeah, you've neglected the emotional aspects of it. The Nine of Spades also talks about changes needing to be made. Well, that's a given, right? Considering everything I just outlined here. I think I'm going to go ahead and open up cards of advice. Seven of Hearts. Interesting. So this is being in a state of disappointment, loss. This is the broken heart card. People not being there for you. People letting you down. People not fulfilling promises made. That kind of thing. This could be a state that you're currently in. Because you thought perhaps that support system would always be there. You thought it would always be there no matter what, and you found out otherwise. You desire the closeness again. with the Two of Hearts, putting everything back into harmony and balance. Yeah, you're scrambling to, I think, to change the course of things here. And this is indicating here that, yeah, you're not ready to, certainly not walk away from this relationship or have anybody walk out of your life. Three of Hearts. Yeah, you're torn. Good. Look, do you see all the water energy coming out? All of the hearts is so emotional, so much involved with how we feel about things. And with the Three of Hearts, you're getting tugged in two different directions. Sometimes this can mean being tugged between two people. I don't think we're looking at a love triangle. I mean, that would be pretty bizarre considering the path we went down with this, the storyline. But I think it's more plausible to think about you being stuck between this ambition and this career that you've put all of your time and energy into, and needing to heal things in your personal life. You know, giving more time and energy to your family. I think that's the place you're at. And yes, there's a little bit of confusion in that, so you don't know exactly which way to go. I mean, we had the Eight of Clubs out there too about decisions and being stuck at a crossroads. This is all fated, and this is destiny with the Six of Spades. This is a lesson you were meant to learn. And this is for a very specific group of Cancers. Everything that's played out, the progression of things, because I'm sure none of this happened overnight. This took time to develop. It's part of your life's journey, your life script. However you want to view that, it's something. It's experience you have to go through to learn a very important lesson. The positive side of that, no matter how painful, you're going to come out of the other side opening up new options and opportunities for you, because sixes are about new things coming your way. What else? What other cards of advice can you give me for Cancer's situation? The start of this new year. Whoa. Five of Spades, Jack of Clubs. The five of spades. The Five of Hearts. You can see that's a heart. The Five of Hearts is the separation card, but it doesn't have to be permanent necessarily. It could be about feeling emotionally separated. I'm also getting that. Also with the Five of Hearts, in general, it doesn't mean the separation is because you're splitting up with somebody. It could be being away and having to be away a lot because you're working or you have to travel for work. It could be something like that. The Jack of Clubs is a fire sign energy. It's Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. It's kind of the supportive friend role. The Jack of Clubs can be like a friendship, but I think it's more about you. I'm going to say it's more about your spouse. You've seen them in this role of being generously supportive of you. And yes, your friend, because I don't think we can be involved with long-term relationships without first being friends in some manner. You're separated from that in some sense. I don't necessarily feel that is a physical separation. I think we're looking more at an emotional separation, and you're probably recognizing that even as I speak, right? It's like, oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. And you probably don't like it. It's not happy energy. The Queen of Diamonds, though, again we have a focus on Pentacles. Your monetary success, your financial health. This could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I think this is kind of the position you have, though. We're not paying attention to genders, but we're looking at somebody who has some power and authority because of the great wealth, and wealth translates into power, right? Ultimately, we desire wealth because it gives us power to acquire things, to to be a part of things, to be able to gift to people, to be able to take care of things in a, you know, in a very real way. I also see this as very strong Taurus energy. So if you have Taurus in your chart, just kind of keep that in mind. But I just kind of see that as maybe this is how you see yourself. Like you're the one keeping the finances together because of all this work that you've put into this career or job work situation that you have going. And you feel like you should have a little bit more power perhaps in the relationship, in your significant relationship in particular. What other cards of advice can you give me for Cancer? It seems like you've been on a very ambitious path here, Cancer, which I find a little surprising. I don't necessarily see that coming out with your readings generally. But there's definitely still a lot of emotion involved, and that's very Cancer-like. The Four of Clubs talks about the stability and security in the home life, and that came out just right after that Queen of Diamonds, where I feel like that's you feeling like you have a lot of power, and therefore you probably feel like you should have a lot of say-so and how things are playing out because you are putting in all this hard work and you've made a very secure home life. That's what the Four of Clubs represents, and there's no doubt about that. It's just like another confirmation that you've achieved great things in that manner. It's just that I think somebody on the other end is saying money's not everything. But you know, something along those lines, maybe not exactly that, but they need more from you. Seven of Diamonds, again, a card of having wealth and prosperity, and this is a warning against taking gambles, unnecessary financial risks, or financial risks that are very high in terms of risk. Yeah, I feel like that's the position that you feel like you're in. You're not happy about the problems in the relationships, or the relationship, whatever the case. But you've worked very, very hard to get where you're at. And, I mean, you're looking at power here. Power that has to be used practically. Let's just put it that way. Because again, with Taurus energy, Tauruses are very practical. They're not impulsive. They're very logical, and especially around finances. The ones I've known are extremely, almost to the point of being frugal, honestly. But it creates this security, this high level of security. And earth signs are very concerned with that, but nonetheless, you're very concerned with that because you obviously are a very ambitious water sign. And this is kind of an extension of that power that you can actually, you know, if you wanted to do something crazy with the finances you have available, like become a gambler, maybe invest in a property, maybe that's being seen as being risky as well. You're being warned against it, whatever the case. Any other cards of advice for Cancer? Well, too many, way too many. I can't do that. Oh, that would be hard. Okay, these two cards wanted to come out. So the Five of Spades is the breakup card. Before we panic too much, though, the Ace of Clubs talks about a new start in the direction of learning new skills or new information. So doing research to you know, start a new project. I am reading this is how I'm reading this, that you need to change direction with your career because that's the only thing that's going to get you out of this situation. And I think that you're ready because you've achieved what you set out to achieve with this Ten of Diamonds. I hope you agree with that. So this would make a lot of sense. Start a new direction. Break. You're going to break up, but not with a person. You're going to break up with an organization or employer, or whatever this is. Maybe it is like an independent business that you're involved in, and maybe you need to withdraw your partnership from it and go in a completely new direction. That's very possible, because you've achieved this great success and you have this power here to do this. I think, I think it's a very clear message. Because you're feeling separated from whoever this Jack of Clubs is, whoever they represent. If your spouse is not younger than you, it's somebody that you see in that kind of position of being, that maybe you take care of them because you are the ambitious one, for example. And it's led to a lot of heartbreak here. So that's the one side of the advice, right? All the heartbreak, the desiring to be close again, and being pulled in two different directions. On this side, it's about being practical, not taking unnecessary risks with that Seven of Diamonds, and breaking up per se from the situation that has affected your personal life. I think that's the message for you today, Cancer. I am going to leave it there. I hope this was helpful. I hope you gleaned some guidance from this. If you would like to see when the next video comes out, go ahead and hit subscribe notifications, or save this video so that you can check in with my channel again. I hope the holidays were kind to you and were peaceful and brought you lots of joy. Wishing you a very happy new year. And I will see you again soon. Take care.